Why do people with ADHD, when they get really angry or really sad, they hit themselves? A lot of times people with ADHD will actually hit themselves, or they'll pick at their hair, or they'll pick at their skin. They're very self-destructive. The reason that people with ADHD actually do this is because it is a form of emotional regulation that is very toxic and very unhealthy, but we learned at very young age. I learned to hit myself on the head at a very young age. And the reason that we do this is people with ADHD, we cannot emotionally regulate very well, and especially strong emotions. Anger, sadness are some of these emotions. So what happens is something makes us angry, makes us really sad, and it starts to compound on it. And now we start to dwell on it. It's almost like we become hyper-focused because it created a little bit of dopamine. If you don't know what dopamine is, for someone with ADHD, it's like we put glasses on and the world is clear all of a sudden. We are clear and focused on this one thing and one thing only. Now that it's producing the dopamine, we start to dwell on it and we start to build it, and we have amazing internal dialogue. So we start having conversations in our head that keep amping us up, creating more dopamine, going in this cycle. Now, unfortunately, you get to this point that it gets so out of control that how do you get your emotions regulated? Well, if you physically start to hit yourself, for example, and this is a common way, and I wish I would have known, my therapist actually helped me with this, is when you hit yourself, it's a focal point. It causes a feeling, a pain, to direct your thought process out of this hamster wheel to here. And now all of a sudden, it does actually calm you down and emotionally regulate you. Now the problem is this is one of the most unhealthiest ways to do it. And again, I wish I would have known. I got diagnosed ADD at 13, re-diagnosed ADHD at 17. One of the best things to do is when you start to build that emotional deregulation, especially like with anger or sadness, is to find what soothes you. And for a lot of people, it's water, or it's also music. Music for me is a big one. Going outside. If you can overstimulate your senses, it will actually calm you down. Your brain can't focus on anything anymore. We're very visual. If you go outside, if you're inside and you're having this happen to you, and all of a sudden you hear birds and you see in the wind and there's green and smells, air, all this stuff, it's so overwhelming that your brain all of a sudden kind of jumps off this hamster wheel and stops that build-up progression. And again, it's something I wish I would have known. You got to find what works for you. But once you do, you can find out that there are a lot of ways to emotionally regulate yourself that aren't damaging.